Oh, hi there. It's Wednesday and time for some Shogi Wars, 10-minute games. As usual, going to hope for the best, expect the best. Maybe not get the best, but we'll see. Just checking on the stream here. I see that it accidentally went live. Not accidentally. There's a, I would call it a bug in YouTube where sometimes when you go live, it automatically goes live and brings it public, unless when you finish your live stream, you literally end stream and then press dismiss button and then press the studio to get out of it. It will, next time you go live, if you don't do that, it will make it public. So Shogi Harbor picks it up and just kind of pollutes the friend's YouTube channel with it. But anyway, it is what it is. We are here. And yeah, that's it. So it's Wednesday. I'm live. Let's play some Shogi. If you haven't checked out the podcast, please do. This week. Let me step back. This week's episode, which was live as of midnight, 12:05 my time here in the Pacific. So 10 hours ago, it went live. It's with a really great player from Slovakia and a fellow Urashino Ryu player. And it was a great conversation. I think people will enjoy it. So give it a shot if you haven't already. And again, hope you enjoy it. So that is it. Let's get started. Got the sound. Got this. I've got my tea.
あなたが先手です。
398-12416よろしくお願いします。
嬉野流。
All right. We get a lot of these now that I've hit Shodan. I don't know if this is just a normal, like, is this a Shodan lame? Like, is this the way to play lame and just kind of beat people like me, the lower level people who will eventually make a blunder? Like, is that what it is? Like, are they being rewarded? Like, does defense get rewarded, more heavily? Okay, let's come up. Hey, Tara, you all right? But this appears to have been just a movement to Yagura. Interesting. Okay. We don't get that often. We don't get that often where the king is all the way over there. Fascinating. What is this? What do we do? What do we do? I think we bring our knight up. Get up here. So can I push this pawn he takes, and then what? And then what? And then what? Ooh. Should I get my bishop on to 2-2 or 8-8? Hey, Yloigh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, wow. Okay. Extra defensive. Extra defensive. Okay, let's okay. So how can I get my bishop in there?
$7 分
I would like to activate my rook as well. Maybe I get my silver up. So he drops the silver, I drop the pawn. Silver, silver, take. Hello, Pubertane. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will do my best. Ah, interesting. One. Bishop or silver. Takes. Silver. Takes.
5分
On drop. Time is getting low. Wow. Wow. Do I have anything here? I take, and there's really nothing. So did I give up too much for that? I think I did. Jesus. Gosh, what a defensive player. Wow. Hey, Numblaze, nice to see you. Emperor Rex, Garrison Toledo, Ghost 1, great to see you too. Okay, good move. I was just going to push this pawn. Take. Bishop drop. Dang. Dang. Shoot, 3 minutes. Dang
3分
it. Hey, Shogi Noob. Okay. Gotta move. Okay. Okay, let's
2分30秒
shoot, 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 shoot. Ah, yeah, okay. $233, $201.
$2分
Okay. Let's see. Should I just take?
1分30秒
Okay, 127. Got plenty of time. Should I take? Take. Got so much material. Shit.
1分
Sumero. No! No! No, no, no!
新解析で
No!
振り返ってみよう
No! No! This not enough time. Just not enough time to finish.
対局開始
Good game. Good game.
Current streak is 1 loss.
Just a defensive player. Just a defensive player, and I can't win fast enough against them. I just can't. And now I just need to avoid the temptation. Carlos Jr., good to see you. I need to make sure I don't overrush this game now. It's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I already overrushed it. I already overrushed it. I should have pushed the pawn. Okay. Okay, let's... Wow. Okay. Silver. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Silver's protecting the head of the knight. Silver takes. Knight jump.
7分
Interesting. Wow, okay. Shoot. I don't think I'm playing this so well, but it's fine. So I can promote here. I can push this pawn. 553. I've still got my bishop. He's got a knight. Push my pawn. Push my pawn. Hey, Foradun, nice to see you. Okay. Maybe I should just come up. Shit! So he can't run. He can't run because the gold drop. Yeah. The gold drop is made. Little too greedy. I think if he would have taken the horse, he could have kept flailing. But he can throw the Zammershah.
ドン
Okay.
頭跳ねです
Sorry for the swear. Sorry for the swear. There's nothing like There's nothing like missing the flail. There's just nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Does Kofi Bot respond to outbursts? Yeah. Kofi Bot is like, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I swear. What is it? By the stars and the moon in the night. Yeah, I need a coffee. I don't need this tea. I need a coffee. The beast bow falling. Yeah. The thing is, I could have just taken. You know, did I track the win? I can't tell. I did not.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
So the thing is, like, he's giving up all his pieces. And now he just has a bishop. You know, so he gave up all his pieces, and I just was like, he's given up his pieces. Let me just run, and I missed it. Shogi is hard. Wait, what? How so? Welcome to the channel. Greetings. Hi, where do I play Shogi? I play Shogi on, right now, this is called Shogi Wars. This is a mobile-first application where it's available for iOS and for Android, but there's also, essentially, that same app is available in the browser, in the mobile web. So that's where I am playing right now. I stream while I'm using the web version of Shogi Wars. There are plenty of other places to play. In Learn here, I've had this bang command here for Nightbot to promote Killer Ducky's great intro. This intro talks a lot about the various servers. So there's 81 Dojo, Shogi Club 24, Lee Shogi. These are other servers. Shogi Quest is another popular one. Oh, and there's the follow. Wait, what? How so? Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. And Blizar followed when I was off stream 9 hours ago. Thank you. If you're watching later, thank you very much for that. Yeah, so there are a number of places to play, but Shogi Wars is one of my favorites because it has the largest player population, and it's very easy to get a match-made game without having to challenge people. It has a lot of functionality as well if you want to play with friends. Like, you can play longer time control games. By default, all that they have available. So for free users, you can only play 3 games a day. That's a big limitation, and it's kind of antiquated in that mindset. But that's what happens. There is also, what am I trying to say? It's also Blitz primarily. So 10 minutes, 3 minutes, I guess, which I would characterize more like Bullet, and then 10-second Byoyomi, where every move you have to make in less than 10 seconds. In 10 seconds or less. And that's fast. I would call that Blitz. That's a Blitz game. It's fast. So there's no slow time controls on Shogi Wars unless you play a friend, in which case you can set up to 60 minutes main time and 60-second Byoyomi. And yeah, so there's that. All right. Okay. So, speaking of Byoyomi and time controls and Shogi Wars, there is an event. I mentioned this on the Discord. There's an event. They are starting the monthly Wars Championship. This is a closed tournament. You have to pay 1,000 yen to get in, and they are playing this tournament. It's a 2-hour tournament. The game time control is 3 minutes with 10-second Byoyomi. So it is the first time that I'm aware of that there has been an event on Shogi Wars that is not 10 minutes, 3 minutes, or 10 seconds. So this is I would say that this is a bunch of great first steps. It's a great first step such that they're making more sort of events that you must watch viewing or must play viewing. Not that I'm going to must play this, especially since it's in Japan time 7 p.m., which is in the middle of my night. But let's click through here. But it's 1,000 yen. The prizes are not good. First three places, you get instructional game tickets. These are the coaching games. So 60 tickets are enough to play a professional in a teaching game 3 times. If you win an event like this, you may be as good as one of those professionals that are available for coaching. So I don't know, how great of a prize this is. It'd still be fun. Second place is 40 tickets. Third place is 20 tickets. And then the 4th to 20th place, you get 10 tickets each. 10 tickets, that would mean you'd have to buy another 10 tickets to be able to play a coaching game, because the tickets that they give as prizes expire after a month or 2. But anyway, all participants who achieve 3 or more wins will receive 5 Kishin analysis tickets, which is nice. So it's a good event. It's a good start. Obviously, it's not perfect. It's not ideal. I think as much as I am so excited to see a tournament with a main time bank and Byoyomi, this is kind of, as far as I'm concerned, a nonsensical mix. This is essentially a nonsense time control, because if you have 10-second, 3 minutes isn't enough of a main time bank to really allow for much extended thought. And 10 seconds is slow enough that when you're playing your 3 minutes, most of your moves anyway will be played in less than 10 seconds. So it's a very odd time control. I guess if you really blitz through your opening moves and you get to a middle game portion that needs a lot of thought, you could still potentially have 2 minutes left, and you can give it a longer think using the main time bank before you get into Byoyomi. But either way, perfect is the enemy of the good, and I think this is all good, and this is a good first step. Like, I think they're also trying to balance the fact that this tournament is only going to run for 2 hours or 3 hours. It's a 3-hour tournament. 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock Japan time on the 19th. So it's a great first step. I hope they do streaming of it or things like that. Like, it's a nice thing. I love events. More events, as far as I'm concerned, are good. More events are good. More excitement, good. Sure, it's a strange thing, and it's expensive, and you don't really win much. That's the thing, is you've got to pay $10 or 1,000 yen, whatever that translates into these days. $7 or $6. And if for someone like me, I'm not going to win any of these coaching tickets. The monetary value of 20 tickets is $20. If you wanted to pay to play a coach. So, it's not bad, but it's not great. And like I said, someone who will win this tournament is probably going to be as good or better than most of those pros that do the coaching games. So, no Kishin is allowed, which is nice, but it's good. I would have thought or hoped that they have sort of special avatars, or you get your money back, in a way, and stuff like that. But anyway, it's a start. It is a start, and it's good. And I think it is arena style Fablegraph, I believe. The player with the highest number of wins. No, not quite. The player with the highest number of wins minus losses will be ranked higher. However, if the number of wins minus losses is the same, the ranking will be determined in the following order: winning percentage, and then achievement date. Earlier the better. Maybe when you... I don't know what that means. Either way, But it's like a tournament where you just play freely. You get matched up with other players in the tournament. You play, and then you play, and then you play. And whoever has the most number of wins minus losses wins. And even if you're not even if you're a free tier player, who has a limit of 3 games per day, if you pay your 1,000 yen entry fee, you can play as many games as you want in this 3 hours, in this 3-hour period. So it'll be interesting. Last night when I looked, there were only 2 people signed up. There are 7 people signed up right now. Who knows how good these people actually are? But we'll see as we get closer to the 19th. Yeah, at least it subtracts losses, so no quantity. Yeah, it's not a quantity bonus. And I could imagine, with Byoyomi is a risk in these types of events because someone could really delay. Let's say you're playing, it's 1 versus 2, and let's say there are 10 minutes left in the event, and the first place winner has 2 more wins than the second place. So if the second place person wins this game, they still would need to win another game to tie. With Byoyomi, conceivably the leader could just draw that game out for a long time. You're taking 10 seconds for every move and then just delaying. 10-second move, 10-second move back, 10-second, that kind of thing. And so delay is a risk, or Byoyomi is a risk in these types of events, but, it is what it is. I'm excited. I'm glad they're doing this. I just like to see more activity in the Shogi world. I like to see that Shogi Wars and Heroes, are trying to do new things. It's exciting to me, even if I'm not really good enough to compete in these, or even if I was good enough, the cost for me would not necessarily be matched by the prizes or the prize potential. And the time zone is tough for me, but otherwise, I would do this. I think it'd be a fun streaming thing. So kudos to them, and hopefully they continue to improve on it. So let's go with another game. They beat me before. Yoshi Papa.
対局開始。
よろしくお願いします。
嬉野流。
Oh, is Yoshi Papa the one who did the opposing rook against me? No. I think this might have been one where I think the first time, maybe this is the player when I played, I immediately lost that because I didn't expect the push. Because this is a quirky move order here. Very quirky opening. What is happening? So I've got to stay focused. Stay alert, because this is he's trying some sort of gimmick. There's something here. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Bishop can just hit my rook. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. It's not good at all. trying to play too fast because he's playing slow, and I'm trying to apply pressure on him. So the clock, the clock at 10 minutes has just become, I think that's a mistake. The clock for me has just become very bad. It's just become a very, very bad thing for me on these 10-minute games. I'm either playing too slow or I'm trying to play too fast. Interesting. Gotta do something about this bishop drop. Yeah, shoot. All right, let's do this. It's going to be tough. It's because that pawn drop is going to be tough. Should I drop the bishop? Silver? Silver. All right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That is not right. Yeah. Shoot. It's fine. It's fine. Balach1112, greetings. What is my rating? I am Shodan on Shogi Wars. I am in 10-minute games. I don't know how to evaluate that. I'd say intermediate. I'd say that's an intermediate play, in intermediate level. Are you a shogi player? It's a similar game. They both come from the common base of Chaturanga, but there are quite a few, like the pieces move a little more slowly. The what am I trying to say? There are drops, so when you capture a piece, it's similar to oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Take.
$7 分
And there's a follow from Balak. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
112 just followed.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, there's kanji on the pieces. So, can I... If I come up and I take, what is he going to do? He's going to push the pawn. Bring the knight up. I've got a pawn. Okay. He promotes. He promotes. I drop the gold. Takes. No, that's it. Shoot. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. That is it. That's it. Shoot. And I have no mate. I have no mate. Dang. All right, whatever. Let's see if he continues to be a little sus with his timings. Yeah, he's very sus with his timings. Yeah. All right. Good game. Good
失敗
game.
は成功のも
Good
とで
game.
す
Loss.
Okay.
Current streak is 1 loss.
Not gonna worry about that one.
あなたが先手です
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Get that. I
対局
think you
開
get
始
that sometimes on Shogi Wars.
嬉野流
Okay, let's get in here. Do. Okay, let's play this. Man. What has happened to my beautiful shogi? What has happened to my beautiful opponents? I sometimes play on Lee Shogi. I use Lee Shogi more for studying. I use it more for studying and analysis than I do for actual playing. Drop the pawn. No.
Tarefu.
Tarehu. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? The goat of shogi is considered to be Fuji Sota, also Habu, Yoshiharu Habu, but Sota Fuji is now the current great is the current top player by quite a margin. Hey, Chess Universe, good to see you. Belosh shogi is similar to chess, but generals feel cooler in shogi. Wait, so how... I mean, if they feel cooler in shogi, how lame are they in Belosh shogi? Okay, so let's do this. We'll get our knight up. I wonder if I should have gotten this silver out of the way first. Yeah, here's a good introduction to shogi, provided by fellow streamer Killer Ducky. Interesting. Okay.
$7
Oh gosh, that's not good. That's not good. Interesting. I think my king can run for days. Six minutes. Got the one gap. He can't run. Rook drop. Rook drop. He drops a gold. I drop a gold. Is there something simpler? Bishop. Bishop drop. Yeah, bishop drop. No, I don't need to drop the bishop. I need to just bring the bishop up. Bishop drop, bishop bring up. He can't run to the side because I've got the rook coming in. Now I've got the gold. Huh. Didn't see that.
でもなかなかじゃがわらわには及ばんな。
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
Artificial intelligence said calculating 4 or 5 moves ahead in Shogi is great advantage. Is that true or exaggerating? I have discussed this with at least 2 extremely strong amateurs, and they said that they think 3 moves ahead. They only think 3 moves ahead. And sometimes those discussions are a little nuanced because when someone is very good, when they think 3 moves ahead, what they see after those 3 moves might actually also have some layer of visualization and calculation just kind of baked into it. So it's so how many moves is it really looking forward? Who's to say? Like, if I look forward 3 moves, I am really mostly looking forward 3 moves, and maybe when I'm evaluating the position, I'll be able to see a little more. But that is what strong players have told me, is that they see 3 or 4, they look 3 or 4 moves ahead. I'm often looking 1 or 2. Often looking more than 3, but often looking shorter. You learn from YouTube tutorials, Carlos? Yeah. Yeah, there's some nice YouTube tutorials. Lately, Jack-O-Lantern, Phoenix Shogi has a channel on YouTube that has some nice beginner-friendly material. And he was a guest on the Shogi in the West podcast. Check out my YouTube channel for more on that podcast. Or actually, I just added this. I added this podcast. Yeah, there was checkmate there. There was definitely checkmate there. There was in this situation, if he goes here, this is checkmate. This dragon, which is similar-ish to a queen, not quite as powerful, but it goes like a rook and any one move in all directions. It's a promoted rook, so this would have been mate. He can't go here, 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 and that horse is protected. Thank you, Pezik man. Thank you. Sorry about that. Virtual Medical Dr. Ayaka, greetings. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you. The highest title in Shogi. That's a good question. Shogi doesn't quite have titles like chess where there's Grandmaster, International Master, National Master. There are bands like Shodan, 2 Dan, 3 Dan, 4 Dan, 5 Dan, 6 Dan, 7 Dan, 8 Dan, 9 Dan. But those are different depending on the context. So there's amateur Dans, there is amateur ladies professionals. I mean, not amateur. There are ladies professionals. There are sort of JSA professionals, which is sort of like the open bracket. It's open to everyone, but no ladies player has ever yet broken in. Come very close. But they each have their own Dan level. There are individual titles of events that are held yearly. So there's qualifying similar to the World Championship in chess. There is a qualification for each of these 9 titles, or 8 titles. 8 titles. For each of the 8 titles, there's a qualification similar in flavor to the candidates, but not quite. And they differ depending on the title. But the winner of that gets to play the current title holder in a match, in a 5-game match or 7-game match or whatever. And so you have titles like Meijin, Ryuo, things like that, Oza. Those are big titles, and they have big prize pools. And the best player in the world, Fuji Sota, who we mentioned earlier, at one point he was holding all of the titles. And just last year, he lost one of the titles, miraculously lost one of them. So now he is, he's only a 7 title holder, but and he lost, I believe, somehow he failed in his effort to get another title match for that. I think he failed in the qualifying phase for that title. That title is called the AO. And I was expecting, probably most people were expecting him just to qualify back for the title and then win it back. But it's going to take another 2 years for him to do that now. But hey, Jazz Brothers, I'm not sure if I greeted you, Jazz Brothers. It's all I saw as I was in the middle of a speech and then didn't greet. So sorry if I did double greet. Carlson versus Habu. Well, Habu plays chess. Habu, I want to say, is a FIDE master. Chess has the FIDE. The Association for Shogi is called the JSA. Basically, the Japanese Shogi Association. The same acronym as the Japanese Sumo Association. Sumo starting this weekend. The next Basho starting this weekend. But it's called the JSA. But unlike FIDE, which sort of maintains some tournaments and owns the rights to the World Championship title and some events, the JSA actually employs all the professionals. So to become a professional, and take my words with a grain of salt because I could be wrong about some of these details. I almost certainly will be wrong about some of these details. But you have to qualify to become a professional. It's not like a Grandmaster title where anyone who's good can put their skills on the line and get a Grandmaster title. It's not so democratic in Shogi. There are certain rules around when you can become a pro, how old is too old, things like that. And once you become a professional, you are employed by the JSA. And obviously you can make money in other ways, and you can earn money by winning titles, but they are employed. So there's a smaller pool of professionals than there are in chess. I think we looked at this number in the past. It seems like numbers wise, I was making the argument, and I don't know how close it is, but I think it's pretty close, that essentially the JSA, the professionals of the Shogi world are essentially the super grandmasters of the chess world, where super grandmaster is defined as 2,700 and above. And it seems like that might be bumping at some point a little higher than that, but yeah. So the JSA does have an iron grip on Shogi. But you know, for better or worse, they have that organization there. Not most shogi players are from Japan. At this point, every active professional shogi player is from Japan, is Japanese. There has been one Western shogi professional, and it was a ladies professional, Karolina Struzinska. I can't pronounce that. Now Fortin, who is hey Vexel Cafe, nice to see you. She's a retired ladies professional now. She just recently hung up the competitive boots. What do you hang up? Hang up your competitive. You hang up your spurt. What do you hang up? You hang up your pieces. I don't know what you hang up something anyway. But she is the person who has created the Shogi Harbor sort of brand. Shogi Harbor is a Discord which has a lot of Western shogi players. It has English-speaking shogi players. It has a lot of Shogi Harbor is also a YouTube channel and a Twitch. Not so much these days as there used to be. So there was always a light streaming element to it, but there are videos. So she does great work, and she's been an inspiration for many people, but she is no longer active. So as far as I know, she is the only non-Japanese to have ever been a professional, ladies or otherwise. Some might say that I am a professional, since I do this every day. And I have earned a few bucks. So technically, I am a shogi professional. I don't have the skills to even be a good amateur, but, you know, if anything, I'm technically correct, which is the best form of correct. You hang up your boots. Okay, you hang up your boots. Gosh. I am light on water. I'm sorry while we're in the middle of a conversation to go, but I'll be right back. I need to take a small bio break and get water because I have been negligent in my water drinking. So I will be right back. All right, I am back. Bunch of questions here. Sinichte meaning. Sinichte is a draw. It's much less common in shogi than in chess, but it's essentially a draw from repetition of moves. And in shogi, you can only repeat moves when they are not checks. If there are three, I believe it's three or four. It's some number. Some number I always forget, but the number that you repeat, if they're checks, the person who is checking actually loses. Yeah, shogi is very tough. Shogi is extremely tough. It's not that chess is easy, but it's very hard. It's very easy to lose. Very easy to make a mistake that will lose a completely winning game. Extremely easy. As I have said, coined the phrase, shogi is a hard game to win and an easy game to lose. Yeah. Yeah, as Yloigh says, the knight is the strongest piece. You know, it's like in chess, it's contextual. It really, I hate to always give it depends, but it depends in many cases because shogi positions are so wide open and tactical, and there are often pieces in hand that can add to the attack. It often depends which is the strongest at that time, the most threatening. But generally speaking, the promoted rook and the promoted bishop are the most powerful. They can do the most. Hey, Koshiro, good to see you. Who is the strongest Western Urshino Ryu player? Well, you are. You are. Oh, no. Panko-san is way stronger. He is 4 Dan now on 81 Dojo. He is in talking with him, I found out that he is Shodan on Shogi Club 24, which to me is almost more impressive than 4 Dan 81 Dojo. But that's insane. That's insane. He's 3 Dan, I think, on Shogi Wars, but he's a free user on Shogi Wars. So as far as I'm concerned, Koshiro is the strongest Urshino Ryu player, and you cannot argue that Koshiro is not an Urshino Ryu player, because the past two major Blitz tournaments in Brazil were won by Koshiro using only Urshino Ryu, except for one game where he forgot to play Urshino Ryu. So I think that counts. Basic principles in shogi. So that's tough. That is tough for me to answer. I don't feel, we've had this kind of discussion before on this channel. I don't feel that there are many good basic principles in shogi that can be compared in some ways to chess. Like chess has some great principles. Control the center, don't move pawns too often, develop your pieces, castle your king, yada. Shogi is a little more, especially in the opening, it's a little more free form. But we do have these things called proverbs where let me get a link to them. This page is not loading. So there are these proverbs that are mildly useful, sometimes mildly useful, sometimes not at all useful, sometimes very useful. That we'll discuss things that could be sort of considered principles. I'll share that on YouTube as well, in case anyone is curious or anyone's watching the VOD and getting the commentary after. How are we doing with the YouTube chat? Is it? It is. It is not. Yes, it is. I'm leaning in to try to look at this tiny screen. Shogi does have opening names. There are opening names. I play something that is called Urashino Ryu, where I move a silver and I move a silver, get a bishop sort of battery. But a lot of times the openings are labeled almost by the castle that you build, because unlike chess, which has just a single move castle, Shogi, you have a lot of flexibility and a lot of time to build a castle, and a castle is typically the king, the king on one side of the board, surrounded by 3 of his generals. You played with Mr. Panko in the Blitz tournament? What Blitz tournament? What Blitz tournament? Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said in the podcast, I did not know that the Urashino Ryu player at ISF was Edward. I did not know that. So like he caught me off guard during the podcast episode. So, I had to take a quick diversion there once I learned about that, because not to spoil any of the story, not to spoil any of the storytelling from the podcast. When I watched Koshiro played in this ISF tournament, which is all the ostensibly all the best amateurs from around the world meeting in Japan for a once every 3-year tournament. And Koshiro was there, and Koshiro was recording his games, and then shortly after uploading to YouTube. At the time, I was in Florida vacationing with some family. There was a family event in Florida, and I had flown out there. But as you do, you've got time to yourself at these things. And so I checked YouTube while we were on the beach. We were on the beach in Florida, and I opened up YouTube. I saw that Koshiro had uploaded a new video, and I watched this video and was amazed. Oh my gosh, he's playing someone who's playing Urashino Ryu at ISF, and I thought, who is this guy? And I guessed at who it is, and I guessed wrong just based on the country, I think. And I don't remember what else led into my discussion, just thinking of who don't I know from Europe, and who might be playing this. And I was completely wrong. And fast forward like a year or two, and I'm interviewing Edward, and he mentioned that, and it's just like mind blown. I was like I say on the podcast, I'm Koshiro's biggest fan, so I'm cheering for Koshiro in these games. But I am also hoping for the Urashino Ryu player to do great things. We all have a bit of a chip on our shoulder. Not really, but sort of. And he gets into that at the end of the podcast. It's a great little story. Balak, you were playing Shogi just randomly, and there was a knight, and he suddenly got dragon horse. He can move anywhere. It's not anywhere. So the dragon horse, which is a promoted bishop, is it can go like a bishop. It still has the properties of a bishop. It could also go one square up, left, right, down. So if we go to Lee Shogi also in that learn introduction from Killer Ducky, I'm sure he links this. So this is leeshogi.org/learn. I'll put this in. Where's our, so like the bishop here. Okay. Is it going to show promotions? It's not going to show promotions. It's not going to show promotions. I don't know why it's not showing promotions. How does this not have a section about promotions? Someone help me? Do I need to stop recommending this tutorial? I never thought about this. I think I have to stop recommending this. If you don't talk about promotion, then you're not a shogi manual. Capture, peace drops, protection, check and one, out of check, intermediate. I mean, promotion is not intermediate. Peace value is listed as advanced, but that's not... You shouldn't have to wait to advance to get... They're just showing the dragon. Wait, what? Promotions are later lessons about each particular piece? That's what I was looking in. Good to see you. All right, so I'm not going to recommend this anymore. It moves diagonally. It doesn't say how it promotes. Here's this. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, finally we get into this. It's still calling it the promoted bishop also moves diagonally, but it can also go one square up, down, left, or right as well. Okay, so this is step 5. But they didn't even talk about promotion, did they? Maybe in the opening lesson. Maybe there was a discussion of promotion. Here's the promotion. When your pieces reach... Okay. All right. I'm not pleased, but all right. I can't do better. This website, lishogi.org, is based on the Lichess code base. It's heavily modified, of course. A lot of great work has gone into it, but it is based on Lichess. Lesson 3 for the bishop. I just looked. The fifth one was the fifth was the horse. Oh, okay. So the idea is you promote here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's in development. I mean, all software is under development. There's not a lot going on in Lee Shogi these days, but it is, like any piece of software, it's under development. Okay. Let's get back to Shogi Wars. All right. So some tough games today. Some very tough games. All right, we got this. We're leveling up the season pass. Let me back out. Let me quit the app now because it changes the layouts. There are books on Shogi. There are books on Shogi. And check out the podcast. I have an entire podcast episode about English books. I have where I go into basically almost all the English language shogi books that exist, that are in print. I have them, and there's a discussion of them. There are not many though. There are not many, and they are not generally of the same quality as chess books or Go books. So, I've lost some rating today. 2-2, but I lost rating. What are you going to do? All right, all right. Let's get a game here. Let's play. Hey, NinWorld, nice to see you.
あなたが後手です。
All right. Take
対局開始。
2446, 2546, よろしくお願いします. Or take,
嬉野流。
Ureshi no Ryu. We're both one winning. Everyone I think I've played today has been streaking. Get the bishop up. Yep, Chinese chess. Shang-Chi is a great game. Played a little. I've got enough pieces for an edge attack now.
Wariuchi no gin.
Wariuchi no Gin. Drop the pawn. He takes. I take. He drops a pawn. I drop. I take. No, I don't have a bishop. Okay, I want a bishop. I want a bishop. He's gonna drop a silver back. I think he'll drop a silver back. Now, if he drops a silver back, I just take. Because then I get the... Yeah, this drop is going to be big. Yeah, this bishop drop is going to be huge. So what's he going to do? Drop a silver back here. Defend a bit. Ah. Should I take? Take, drop the bishop? No.
$7 分
Do I drop the gold, or do I drop the gold and win the rook? Or do I think I do this. Do I just take the knight? Wow. How do I surround? How do I surround? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, he's going for the cheapie. He's going for the cheapie. Going for the cheapie. How do I do this? Drop the knight. He comes up.
5分
Should I just slide over? Okay, so I've got to avoid this rook. Shoot. Shoot. I think I have, if he takes, I think I take the horse, and then I think I have mate. Wow. How did I, what can I have done? What could I have done today? What could I have, hey, Jack-o'-lantern, great to see you. You can't stay for long, but now you review. Okay. Yeah, I'm just asking myself, what could I have done? This feels like one of those games where it was just destructive game. Obviously I can't take, so I take here. Night drop. Night drop. Where can he go? Wherever it is, I get the knight, the horse, the. So I'll be able to fork. Should I bring my gold over? Oh, I don't have a gold. I don't have a gold.
$3分
Let's get him to waste his gold. Okay. Ah, so he didn't need to waste his gold
2
there.
分30秒
I can't do this. No, I can't do that. That's mate. Fuck.
$2分
2 minutes. Okay. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Anything. Is there anything I can do? I don't think so. No, there's nothing. There's nothing I can do now. All I can do is resign. Dang, dang, dang. Dang, dang, dang.
1分30秒
I guess I could have come back. Eh. How did I not finish this? Wow. Wow. $113. Do I have any sort of mate here? Do I have any?
$1分
Good game.
失敗
Good
は
game.
成功のもとです
Good game. Nonsense. Gosh, nonsense. How did it? I've got to get better. I've got to get better at getting mentally stronger once in my mind I've won the game and the opponent is just flailing. This is an old problem of mine. When I stop playing because it looks like he's just flailing. And he was just flailing. He was just flailing. I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna use it.
69銀
Oh, it's mate. It's mate? Is it mate? Ah, son of a gun. Oh, that's a tough one to see. But it's not tough. No, it's not tough. It's not tough to see. I think this is still. I think you say it's not completely winning. I think it is. I think it is, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Like maybe I should have just like this might be it. Just surround. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do here? Maybe this would have just been enough. Maybe this would have just been enough. Gosh, that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I felt like I outplayed him so
streak
well.
Is one loss.
But I didn't in the end game, which is when it matters the most. Shogi games will not win themselves. It doesn't matter if it's 100%. They will not win themselves. That hurts. It hurts, though. It really hurts. All right. Let's try another. Let's try another. Let's continue our descent into ratings pits.
あなたが先手です。
Crazy Tsuyoshi 3. よろしくお願いしま
嬉
す。
しの流。
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's crazy. Loves those gimmicks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do our best here. Let's do our best. They are not going to be just like an Urashina replayer. These players, they are not ready for solid play. So I need to play solid play. Although he's going lame. He's going lame, giving himself time to make this attack. I think maybe I should have brought my rook up. Although the king is still the king. I've got to put my pawn up first. All right, let's do this. Boy. Yeah, he's trying to be tricky. Make Gangi. Okay. Maybe I should have pushed the pawn, but eh. Okay, let's yeah, shoot. Dang, 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 dang. I'm up a bit on the clock. Got 3 pawns. He has 1. So he's always looking for these tricks. It's very nice. Very nice.
7分。
Very tricky player. He is crazy. He is crazy. He is crazy. He's going to blunder one. He's going to blunder one. So he's going to mess it up. What can I do? What can I do here?
Tataki no fu.
Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I'm obviously making this threat. Yeah, this is the threat I'm making, but I'm also threatening to promote here. So if he does the bishop drop, I come back. He moves. I take. He takes. I drop the silver. Wow. Okay. Pawn drop? Then I take, or should I promote? I think I should have promoted. Maybe not. No. Fine.
5分
459. Okay. Let's what can I do? What can I do? Let's come up here. Wait, if he jumps the knight, do I take the silver? Ooh, boy. Okay. Yeah. Do I take the gold? Is there any knockout here? Take the gold. Let's do this. Okay. He drops the bishop. Okay. Drop another bishop. Ugh. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's not though. It's really not. Because now he can. No, he can't. No, he can't. Yes, he can. Yeah. I've got so many pieces. I've got so many pieces. All he's got is a rook. He can threaten here. Yeah, he could just drop it here. But I still can take the silver. Do I have something better? What can I do? 255 to 140. Bishop. Okay. Do this. That is not good, but it's fine. It's gonna trap the rook. Oh shoot! 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 Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Whoa, what is that? Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
2分
Wow. What? Oh, he can just take. He can just take? No, I can run.
1分30秒
8 seconds. 8 seconds. We're
時間切れがち
Arigatou gozaimashita. All right.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. How have you been doing, Myth Rendir? It's been a while. How have you been doing? So I got lucky to win this game. Although I think I had a great position that I somehow fumbled again. Again with time. But that last one, I should have just won. You were busy with university, so you couldn't watch streams. Most importantly, Showdown. Oh gosh, it's been that long? It's been that long? Yeah, I hit Showdown in Shogi Wars. July. Let me see. Rank ups. I have Shogi Wars rank ups. I ranked up to Showdown July 30th, which was almost exactly 6 months to the day that I had ranked up to 1Q, which is almost exactly 6 months to the day, which is when I had ranked up to 2Q. So I had a nice 6 month, it looks like, rating time frame. I'm going to guess that it's going to be many months, if never, that I hit Tudan on Shogi Wars. I'm just guessing based on how bad I am. You know how I struggle here. The audio is being repeated. Could you possibly have it in YouTube? Open in multiple tabs? Let me never say never. As you know, I'm old. I'm old. Listening to, I was listening, one of my favorite chess personalities and educators and content creators and players is John Bartholomew. And John Bartholomew is a Scandinavian #Team Scandi player. And I play Scandinavian in large part because of his old course on Chessable. What is it? It's the Queen D8 line. It's the 3 Queen D8 line. And I liked it. But anyway, he was interviewed and someone asked him about, or the person said, if someone comes up to you and says, they want lessons, I don't remember what age he said, they're 40 years old and they're 1800 or they're, 1800 or 1500, and they want to be a master or an international master. What do you tell them? Are you realistic with them? Are you supportive? And I see no data on YouTube. Did I just lose my connection? No, I'm not dropping frames. Not sure what's going on here. Not sure what's going on here with this YouTube. Maybe it's just my viewing machine. But the discussion they got into is that in his experience, and it seems like the experience of most educators, is that the majority of your growth, or a lot of your growth, will come when you are young. When you're young, the fastest growth, most of your growth for most players will come when they're young. And having some experience as a youth helps later on. So he said, if someone comes up to him and they were a chess player, like they were, say, a reasonable player, like they had played to a decent level when they were young, but they went to school, took decades off maybe, and they come as a 40-year-old later saying they want to get into chess again, and can they hit master or whatever. He has found that those types of players, when they're older, advance much faster and further, I think, hopefully I'm not paraphrasing wrong, than, say, someone who starts at 40. So if you start as a kid and you play and then you quit chess and then come back 20 years later or 20 or 30 years later, it sounds like his experience is that those players will advance more than will someone who picked up the game as a 35-year-old and then just tried to learn. And that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Not that we as humans, or I especially as a nobody, have any insight into the human brain, have any meaningful insight into the human brain, but it seems like there's enough evidence to sort of at least believe reasonably that a lot of those pathways and a lot of that growth happens when the brain is younger. And maybe it's because of mindset. Who knows why? But anyway, well, it's sort of, Levy played as a kid, and Levy was a great player, and he got to be, and I am, as far as I'm concerned, is a great player. So, there's that. My audio echoes. I don't know what to say. I'll let me listen. Let me listen on my own. I want to see, because is anyone else hearing an echo? Because I've never heard an echo before on this channel. Let me see. Where's Twitch? Let me listen. Let's listen. Come on. Test. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. I'm not hearing any audio on this or any echoing. Sometimes it just takes on Twitch. I know anytime there's weird stuff, I just reload the tab. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully. I'm not sure what else to suggest. I just muted and unmuted just in case. Thank you, Fortune. I definitely in the past, have had those types of things with Twitch where I just reload the tab and the visual glitches go away, some audio glitches go away. All right, awesome. Okay. So, yes, so John Bartholomew was interviewed, and now that I'm doing interviews on the podcast, I take particular note of interesting interviews. Not that I ever wasn't deep into podcasts that do interviews in the past, especially chess podcasts, but now that I'm interviewing people and struggling with trying to ask good questions, all that kind of stuff. So I'm always listening now with more of a curious ear as to how it goes. I would love to interview John Bartholomew. I don't think he's ever played shogi, or if he has, not much. He does not seem like someone who would even care the slightest about shogi. He loves chess, and that's what he does. But yeah. Oh, so that was it. Yeah. So the whole point that I mentioned is the discussion of growth as an adult, an adult improvement, and whether or not I could ever hit Shodan on Shogi or Tudan on Shogi Wars. I just don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna play. 10 minutes is such a frustrating time control for me, though. And it seems to be only getting more frustrating. I think that's the pressure, like was discussed in the previous podcast. The pressure of rank and the pressure that we or I put on myself when I'm playing ranked. It's just, the pressure is tough. And when I want to grow, it becomes really... It just becomes not stifling, but it becomes painful. And like the game that I lost 2 games ago, the game where I should not have lost, the game where I just didn't, I guess I just didn't focus enough, because it felt like the opponent had just given up and was flailing, and I think he was, but I still need to win the games. But the time pressure is just making it so that it's like, I know it's winning, I know it's over, I know I'm losing time. They're flailing. He's going to just give up. Just make good moves, and he's going to give up. And I don't. I just make these fast moves. And yeah, that's true, Mithrandir. That's true. But then again, I always, in my heart of heart, I always believed that I could hit Shodan on Shogi Wars. So truth be told, even if I was doubting it, I always believed that I had the ability to do it. Whether I would or wouldn't was a different story, but I always believed that there is nothing but my own self in the way of me becoming Shodan. For 2-Dan, or especially like 3-Dan, now I'm not so sure. Like, I think I would put it at 50-50, maybe even 75-25, that I have the ability to hit 2-Dan. But it's possible. Like, I am open to the idea that I am too old and my brain is too slow, and I cannot learn what it takes or play consistently enough in time pressure to be able to do it. So there is a doubt in my mind that it's possible. There really was not a doubt in my mind that I could do Shodan, that I had the ability to do Shodan. There's a big doubt in my mind that I could hit 3-Dan on Shogi Wars. So like the person I just interviewed and in the podcast released today, he's youngish, and he's only been playing Shogi for 2 years, two-ish years. And he was a good chess player, very good chess player, but he's already at a very strong level. He's already at that 3-Dan Shogi Wars, 4-Dan 81 Dojo, Shodan Shogi Club 24. He's already at that level after only 2 years. I think he plays a lot. He's very motivated, but I play a lot too. And I am motivated, and I have studied and done all that kind of stuff. But it's interesting to see that in 2 years he has hit this level that's possible I will never be able to get to. But I, in 3 years, actually, when I think a little over 3 years of how long I've been trying to play and improve and taking the game seriously, I'm still only Shodan. So, that I don't know if that's aptitude. I don't know if that's the chess background. I don't know if that's the age thing. You never know. You never know with these things. I just got a message here that I have to respond to. It popped up on this other machine. So who knows? Who knows? But it's. I was gonna say it's fun trying. I don't know if I'd clarify it or classify it as fun anymore. Like, it's different. I think if I would have won that game 2 games ago, it would be it'd be a completely different mental state for me, and I'd be having fun instead of just like, this has been a good day. This has been a good day of games. Hopefully I'll continue to play all right in the next games, but that one loss, I heard the analogy basically talking about the difference between the pain of losing versus the joy of winning. And I think the analogy was, it's like a boxer where if you knock someone out, you're fighting, you're boxing, you knock someone out, you feel excitement, relief, etc. Gratitude, or you feel good that you knocked the opponent out. But if you get knocked out, you're the one who actually got punched in the face. So now you're in pain from the punch, and you have the suffering because you lost. So like that's sort of how it is in shogi, or a lot of these games, chess, shogi, whatever. I think it was the first time I had heard that sort of analogy, and it really resonated. Because like when you get punched in the face, you're actually feeling the punch and you're feeling the loss. When you're winning, when you're knocking someone else out, like your hand doesn't feel good from knocking them out. So there's no goodness of that. It's just the satisfaction of winning. And so there's plenty of sayings about this. Money won is twice as sweet as money earned. And I think there have been actual studies, and I wonder if they have studies like this in Japan. But there have been studies in the West of chess and equating the value of a win versus the value of a loss, and where a loss in chess was the equivalent loss feeling of when a gambler. The ratio, I think from this podcast, this John Bartholomew, again, I hope I'm not giving the wrong information here, but the ratio of feelings for a chess win to chess loss was similar to what a gambler feels of winning versus losing. And that win, it's 2.5 times, the loss is 2.5 times worse than the win. And I think for a lot of people, it's actually higher. It's a higher loss. Like that some people hate to lose, I'd say at a 4 ratio, maybe, if we're assigning numbers, maybe even more. And I definitely do not. I think I'd be higher on that average than 2.5. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. My throat is starting to my throat's starting to feel it. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this. So if in the future, like I did on Monday, if I go into a discussion and I'm talking for like an hour and I don't drink, and anyone notices, please help me remember that I have to be drinking, because that hour and a half of overdue drink on Monday, I think it's now impacted 2 days of streams after, because my throat is starting to feel it. Speaking of age, maybe that's part of the age, is that like the recovery is slower, so I need to be more on top of it, not to get into that spot where I do some not damage, but I hit it harder. NinWorld, you say another factor for many chess players is the quality of the game. If the game was bad, they're upset about it, even if they won the game somehow. Yes. Yeah. And I think that's true in shogi. And I think that's true even for the difference between losses. Like the first loss that I had today, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a good game and he was very good and I just lost, I think. And it was one thing, but like the game 2 games ago where I lost, and we saw in the engine that at least one point mate was on the board, and 100% win, and I managed to throw it. I think those are the ones that really make me suffer, and I don't have a great takeaway from it. I don't have a great takeaway from it too. Like a takeaway for me, I guess it can't just be I should have seen the mate. Like that can't be a takeaway unless it's a pattern that I should be knowing. And I don't think that one that from 2 games ago, I wouldn't call that a pattern. It was, and I'm not even sure if it was actually Tsume or if it was just Hishi, but Like, what do I take away? Do I take away? Don't underestimate his attacks. I didn't though. Although maybe one move. It's really tough. It's really tough. When someone is flailing, how do you give a flailing attack other than just being able to calculate better? Like, how do you give a flailing attack? How much is too much, giving it the benefit of the doubt, and how much is too little? Like, if you're going to go deep into the tank every time your opponent flails, you're going to flag. But if you don't go in the tank, if you never go in the tank every time your opponent flails, you're going to sometimes get flailed. And I did. And so it's like, what do I take away from this? Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, Mithrandir, you say it's games like chess and shogi. It's especially hurtful because these games are perceived as intellectual. Sometimes feel dumb if they lose. That might be a direct quote from last week's podcast, where I said as much. These are games where your perception of your own intellectual value is on the line in a lot of these games, and especially when you not even when you get outplayed, when you lose stupidly like I did, or you lost in a dumb, I'm air quoting all this stuff for anyone who's listening without video, which I've learned is a thing. I have learned that this is a thing, but like that game, I came from the first game that I lost. I came away thinking my opponent was good. I played all right, but I made some mistakes. The 2 games ago, that game that I lost, I just came out of it thinking I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. How can I not win that game? I'm an idiot. And it's tough. It's tough. How to improve that mindset. I don't know if there is a way to improve that mindset. I don't know if you should improve that mindset, because the people who are best at these things also feel that way. And they hate to lose. They hate to lose more than I do. And I hate to lose more than anyone almost that I know. And so it's really tough. You would argue is worse than a sport, as physical ability is perceived as easier to improve than intellectual. Yeah. Although sometimes physical ability, though, you also always have the, it's not as embarrassing. So physical ability and mental ability, if we say that these are both sort of genetic and in large part physiological things that we have control over to improve, but the peaks are potentially predetermined by some of our genetics, it's somehow more acceptable to say, I can't dunk because, this is not the case for me. I have been able to dunk when I was younger. No big deal. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Look at this stud athlete from decades ago. But anyway, you could say, I'm 5 foot tall. I'm 5 foot tall. I was born with a limp. I'm never going to be able to dunk. And that's okay, because, it's that's just how it is. You can jump higher and train to jump higher, but you're never going to be able to dunk. And somehow that is perceived as okay. But if you are born, with limited brain or whatever, and you can't get to grandmaster level, that is somehow embarrassing. It's they're both aspects that were kind of given to you, but one is more embarrassing than the other. And so I think, not dunking is not embarrassing, even if you have the ability to dunk. But being bad in chess is embarrassing, or shogi is embarrassing, because that means you're dumb. You know, it's like, it's funny how that works. And I'm just saying these, I'm not actually believing these arguments. I'm just saying the feelings and the thoughts that run through our heads. Like, I don't believe that someone who's not good in shogi is dumb. Like, clearly I don't. But when I'm talking about myself, I'm beating myself up and I'm calling myself dumb. So it's I think a lot of times we're tougher on ourselves than we are on anyone else. And maybe that's just how, one of the things that gets us to grow. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I think that's going to be where we put it off today. Unfortunately, this I don't know if you can hear it. If anyone hears the voice enough to know, when it's going, but I can hear it, and obviously I can feel it. So I'm going to have to stop. A good day. It would have been better had I won that game 2 games ago. It would have been much better. It would have been much sweeter. I'd be able to enjoy it. It's possible I might play some off stream later tonight or later today, because this isn't enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me at this point. But I've got to rest the voice. So thank you, everybody. Check out the podcast if you haven't. I think the guest was fantastic, and some interesting stories, and very inspiring to listen to. I'm so inspired coming, like I mentioned in the comments to him. I have listened to that podcast now like 5 times through, and each time I come out of it inspired by his attitude and just the excitement, the shared excitement of talking about these things. So give it a shot if you haven't. And that's really it. Thanks again. See you soon. Have a great remainder of the day, and enjoy your shogi. Bye.